What's up, guys? I've got another tour for you from when we were up in Rhode Island. This is going to be a tour of a Voyage 500 catamaran. But as always, quickly before we get to the tour, I just want to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and you're enjoying these videos. It certainly helps us a lot. It costs you nothing, so thank you in advance. And without further ado, let's get to the tour. Stepping aboard the starboard side sugar scoop. You guys can see the cockpit there, and looking towards the port side, there is a dinghy on the aft platform there. I think that's a really good design because it's going to be a lot more stable than hanging off of davits. We've got a boarding ladder here, engine access forward of that. Storage compartment for dive tanks. There's your engine access. Got steering access down here as well. And looking forward, I'm going to start going forward. We're going to come back to the cockpit, but I'll give you guys a little glimpse. There's our helm station. Nice protected helm station. Going forward. Got good handholds going forward. Looking to the port side. Just giving you guys a good view of the whole foredeck here. Nice big foredeck. That's going to go down to a cabin. We've got opening hatches into the main saloon. And then right here is a huge storage compartment slash area for equipment and tanks. We've got tanks in the aft section of the compartment as well. This is a huge, huge area for storage. And looking forward, got our trampolines, chain locker, got our port side dolphin seat. Looking aft. Good looking boat. We've got bow lockers on each side. So this one is actually going to be a little bit smaller than the starboard side because it has the propane locker forward. Cuts it in half right there. The starboard side one is not going to have that bulkhead. Nice big foredeck. Easily walkable. Taking a look at our rig. Nice low boom. Looking up the rig. And back down. All of the main control lines are going to go to the cockpit. Going aft, the side decks kind of have two levels. I imagine that adds to the interior volume of the boat. Also makes it easier to get up onto the coach roof from any part of the deck, I believe. Looking at the port side sugar scoop, we do have a freshwater shower. Dinghy on the platform there that actually gets lifted out of the water via that boom extension. And we have another dive tank locker and our port side diesel engine with a generator. Looking at the cockpit again. Nice big spacious cockpit. We've got some control lines coming to the port side here. Going into the cockpit. Checking out the helm station. I do like this helm position because, as you guys can see, even though it's raised, it is still part of the cockpit. So you're still part of the action of the boat. You're not separated from everybody. That's kind of nice. And you're also super protected. Good visibility. For a single helm station, this is a pretty good location. And then there's a cutout that I'm looking through right here where you can, you know, kind of poke your head up and take a look at the sails if you need to. Got a lot of storage down below here, down in this bridge deck. Big cockpit drain right here, which is necessary. And going into the main saloon. Huge main saloon. Big galley. Very, very, very comfortable, as you guys can tell. Nice big seating area right here on the starboard side. Got an aft-facing nav station on the starboard side here as well. Looking forward, got some storage behind the settee there. Kind of a little bar area with some cold storage below. Got a nice place to sit and have a drink at the counter right here. Taking a look at the galley now. Place for your garbage. Cabinetry is molded fiberglass. Really nice. Nice counters, nice integrated cabinetry. Good visibility outside. I could definitely live aboard this boat. Looking aft. Got some more cold storage back here. Going back to starboard. Got an ice maker on the other side. Going down into the starboard hull. We've kind of got a little bit of a technical locker here. Access compartment. Going aft, we've got your starboard aft cabin. Each cabin in this boat has its own head. Nice double bridge deck berth. And nice wet head in this cabin. Looking forward. Lots of ventilation. This would be a very comfortable cabin. They're all very comfortable cabins. Going forward, there are some storage compartments to my left here. This starboard hull has 2 heads, 2 cabins. As you guys will see in a little bit, the port hull actually has 3 heads and 2 cabins. So this boat has a total of 5 heads and 4 cabins. Really nice forward cabin. Good storage. And the forward head. Another wet head up here. Going aft. Looking into the bilge. Just want to show you guys there's a good amount of bilge space as well in this boat. So just more storage. Back up into the main saloon, across the bridge deck. and down into the port hull. And what you guys are going to find is this is close to a mirror image of the starboard hull. However, there is an extra head. So we've got our port side aft cabin. More storage down below that berth. And our wet head. Going forward. Got another access compartment. And to starboard, here is our day head, I would call it, because, you know, this is probably where everyone's going to be using the head that's hanging out during the day in the main saloon, sailing the boat. That's where people are going to go. More storage. And more shelving. And lastly, the port side forward cabin. Very nice. And got a little bit of a view outside through the opening port. And lastly, the private wet head. Alright guys, it's time for the full continuous below decks walkthrough from bow to stern. I am starting in the port side forward head. Alright guys, so starting up here, port side forward head. Looking aft. We've got our port side forward cabin. Continuing aft. To starboard here, we have our day head. Down here in the port hull. Going aft again. Into the port side aft cabin. And the port side aft head. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't complain about staying in any of these cabins. Going up into the main saloon. We've got our nice big Nook style galley with a bar to eat or drink at. Here's our main settee. Our aft-facing nav station. Going down into the starboard hull. We're going to go ahead and go aft first into the starboard aft cabin. Really comfortable looking cabins. Lots of space. Nice separate and private heads in each cabin. This is a great charter boat. Going forward. We've got our starboard side forward cabin. And then our starboard side forward head. That's it, guys. So I don't think I've ever been aboard a boat with more heads than cabins before. I could be wrong, but I don't think I have. I think that this is a lovely catamaran that is surely built for charter. That is why it has the 4 cabin, 5 head layout. Think about it. Every single cabin has its own private head, and there's also a day head for people to use. So this boat really just lends itself to having a lot of people on board, you know, 4 maybe separate families aboard, 4 maybe separate couples, groups of people. It definitely works for that respect. It also works as a crew charter because the crew can take one of the cabins and have the other 3 for the guests, or if, you know, the crew is okay with it, obviously, that forward storage compartment that I showed you guys in the forward section of the boat, that really big one, that can actually be used as a berth as well. So technically the crew could sleep there too. I don't know that I'd want to sleep there as crew, but it is possible. So this boat is for sale, but it also is in a charter fleet as well, unsurprisingly. So that's what I think this boat is really set up for and really does well. It really makes a good charter boat. And I think this Voyage 500 makes a better charter boat than a lot of the charter boats that are out there, because this boat will actually sail better than your Lagoons, your FPs, your Leopards, that kind of charter boat. I don't think this boat is really set up for a cruising couple or a family. It's a charter boat. That's what it is. I don't know why a family would want 5 heads on a boat, so yeah, especially having to maintain all of those. The space can definitely be better utilized for a family. Even a large family would probably be fine with a 4 cabin, 2 head layout instead. But anyway, as with all of our videos, if you want more information or you're interested in potentially purchasing her, the broker contact information as well as the asking price is going to be in the description below. That's it for this video, guys. As always, if you enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell if you want to know each and every time we drop a video. See you guys.
I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I learned my lesson hanging on. Come sit here with me by the fire and let it go for a little.